Everyone. I would like to call this meeting to order in open session. Welcome to this evening's hybrid Board of Trustees meeting being held both in person and virtually. This meeting has been made accessible to members of the public on the link at the Moreland School District website and on board docs. Any person who requires accommodations to access the meeting has been asked to contact the superintendent's office within 24 hours of this meeting. This meeting is being recorded and may be published online at a later date. And with that, we'll go to the flag salute. I'm very excited to welcome our Huskies up to the podium tonight. Oh,
yeah. Please stand. Please stand. Please stand.
All right.
Right hand on your heart. Ready, salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
My goodness, we have quite the audience this evening. I would love it if the third graders who are here could stand up and kind of maybe stand out here in front of us. Right here. And if you wouldn't mind each taking a turn and telling us a little bit about yourself and your recent wax museum project. You start at one end?
Julia, Laura, do you want to tell them a little bit about the wax museum first, and then you can start?
The Wax Museum is when students from different classes dress up as people from history and or some that are still alive, and they I don't know, they go to the more awards. When it was raining, we went in the halls, but and we have a little speech and we say it when we have a little cup, and when someone puts a coin in the cup, it starts speaking.
All right.
But they're gonna get it for free tonight. You didn't bring anything. But you're not gonna do your whole speech. Okay, wanna go ahead and start on, and then we just go down the line?
Hello, I'm Pocahontas, and I am best known for being a Native American peacemaker. I'm going to tell you two of my achievements. Firstly, when the settlers arrived, they did not have many supplies for the long, harsh winter. So I helped them by bringing them food and water. I also saved a settler named John Smith. My father was about to hit him with his club, but I stopped him. Secondly, I am the first Native American to travel to England who wasn't in slavery. Sadly, when I came back, I died of an unknown disease, but I had changed the world.
Can you share what your name is?
Aura.
We need you.
My name is Julia, as an Admiral Briggs Hopper who changed computers forever, and made computers understand human language. Working on the Navy, and then during World War II, and after the world's end, became an admiral like her great grandfather.
Oh.
So my name is Blanche. Now I'll be telling you 2 facts about Lionel Messi. My name is Lionel Messi. I am most famous for breaking new records around the world. I won 8 Ballon d'Ors and 6 golden shoes. Hi, I'm Audrey, and I'm doing Alex Morgan. 2 facts about her are she won 2-time FIFA Women's World Cup champions for 2015 and 2019. And the other one is her motto is Dream big, work hard, and never stop believing in yourself. Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I'm representing Family House Woods. She's a singer and songwriter. One of the facts is she's a Disney Channel one. And growing up, I was a big fan of Disney Channel stars like Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez, and Demi Lovato. Hi, my name is Ishan. I'm presenting about Mahatma Gandhi. My name is Mahatma Gandhi. I'm best known for creating a new way to fight for civil rights using non-violent protest. My major accomplishment in life was leading India to independence from British rule in August 1947. I once said peace is the most powerful weapon of mankind. Gandhi's accomplishments inspired MLK and Nelson Mandela to protest more peacefully. Thank you for hearing about Mahatma Gandhi. I'm Ksenia and I did Cleopatra. Hi, I'm Cleopatra. I'm best known for being the last queen of Egypt. I was born in the early 39 BCs in Greece. My family included four of my kids and my husband. I was doing fairly and nicely, even if people tried killing me or trying to give me harm. I died in 60 BC from a snake bite because I wanted to be with my husband.
Wow, good job. My goodness. Questions to you?
Yeah, thank you guys so much for sharing. Just one kind of curious question I have is, how did you guys end up choosing the person that you were going to represent? Just like rapid fire, yeah.
I chose Pocahontas because I thought she would be a really cool person to work on, and she never gives up.
Nice.
I chose Grace Hopper because my dad owns a clothing business, and I kind of like coding, so I something about computers.
Oh, pretty awesome.
I chose Messi because I want to be good at soccer.
Nice.
I chose Alex Morgan because I like to play soccer and I enjoy it, so I chose. I chose Mary Westwoods because me and my family are Christians, so excited. I picked Gandhi because I already knew a little bit about Gandhi and I like civil rights activists.
Cool.
I chose Cleopatra because I thought she would be unique and not everybody could everybody thinks about her, but I don't think anybody really even, they think they know about her, but really they don't know a lot about her.
And because you're a queen, right? Yeah. Awesome. Thank you guys for sharing.
I say this to all the students that come. It's the favorite part of these meetings for me. And I can feel like it's a lot to ask for your families to come out on a night when everybody's busy and share this time with us. But it's actually super important. It's important that we know what's going on in the school for students, but mostly it's important that we have an image of students before we sit down and deliberate over whatever the topics are of the evening, so that we are always reminded that the work that we do is for you. And the purpose is that you have a wonderful education, that you're deeply engaged, and that you're great teammates to one another and good people. And so we just appreciate that you would come and share that time with us tonight. And thank you. You guys did a really wonderful job to come and stand up here and even remember as much of that speech as you did.
Yeah. Right.
Thank you again for coming out here. I am very much inspired by each of you. And I think I would like to say I too hope one day that I myself am inspirational to others, and that maybe someday my kids or some kids would like to have me in a wax museum. And talk about what I was able to do. But actually, more importantly, that each one of you being representing someone that inspired you, that you too will be inspired to be for kids after you, and that you yourself would be imitated, or someone would say good things about you, the most interesting facts and the things that you are able to do. And this is just the start of it. And this is the most important part, is that trigger to kind of inspire yourself and others. So thank you again for coming out here and inspiring us.
Before I turn it to Dr. Cod, I just wanted to mention, obviously you put a lot of work into this. And so I just wanted to acknowledge the teachers that are supporting you and all of your parents in helping all of this happen. You all look fabulous. You all sound fabulous. And I'm really excited about the work you're doing. Dr. Cod.
Yes, so I want to thank the third grade team. I imagine it was a third grade project. You will never forget this project. You will remember it forever. Of all the things in school, we learned so much you'll forget. But you will never forget this moment where you got to dress up and come to the board meeting and talk to the superintendent and the board of trustees. And I just want to say thank you to the teachers for setting this up, and thank you to principal over here, Sherry Vasquez. This is a very meaningful night. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Job. All right, with that, you're
Yes, you don't have
welcome
to stay.
First, you're welcome to stay, but we understand.
Awesome.
Sure, Miss Howard. Right now. Thank you.
I am glad I didn't have to guess.
Yeah.
I got several.
Are you smarter than a third grader?
Oh, Lisa, I thought it was familiar.
I mean, maybe. It's like, okay.
What a treat. What a treat.
Imagine being-
We're glad you're
Right,
here.
and- I am the wax figure.
I am gonna show up with a mustache, with the white.
That was the best one. Gonzalo.
I'm gonna
It's a very well.
That's round.
Well done.
Oh, my
We
goodness.
do this every like year, the wax figure. Oh,
that's so cool.
I've never. That's awesome.
I love it. What a creative way to learn and be engaged in a process. That's amazing. All right, we'll report out. There was no action taken this evening in closed session. And move to the agenda. Anything on tonight's agenda?
I make a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Comments from the public.
All right. Ooh, let's see this. Members of the public may address the board on any subject of concern to you, including those not on tonight's agenda. However, provisions of the Brown Act preclude any action. As an unagendized item, no response is required or permitted from the board or district staff. And as already stated, no action can be taken. The board, however, may instruct the superintendent to follow up, which may or may not include placing the item on a future meeting's agenda. If you would like to address the board this evening, please complete the blue public comment card within the first 15 minutes of the board meeting being called to order in public session. On the card, please list the agenda items you would like to speak to. If your comments do not pertain to an agendized item, please write public comment. When your name is called, please come to the podium and state your name and organization that you are representing, and comments are limited to 3 minutes per board governance manual. And I believe we have no public comments this evening.
All right. Moving right along, superintendent's report.
Okay, Ulysses, you're on. Not that one. So last week, we started our budget roadshows at each of the school sites. We've got a few more this week. We presented at the MEF meeting and President's Council. Ryan Salas was there to observe that. And our purpose is just to build transparency and communication by outlining the governor's proposed budget and what it means specifically for Moreland. Today, we hosted a virtual option for staff who are not able to attend in person. I believe we've got Country Lane and Baker are the two schools left, and then we'll be finishing those up this week. Next slide. So February marks Black History Month. At Moreland Middle School, the counseling team is hosting an art and poetry expo to give kids an opportunity to reflect on how Black history has shaped the past, influences our world today, and inspires the future. Student work will be displayed in a school-wide gallery around the campus during the last week of February. And I really encourage everyone to go out and walk through and see that. This week, Latimer hosted a small group reading institute focused on building foundational literacy skills. This was led by our staff developers from Advancing Literacy. We had teachers from Cambrian, Los Altos, Palo Altos, and of course, our Moreland teachers in attendance. These are pictures of our youngest learners working on phonemic awareness and phonics, and then reading in decodable texts in small groups. So I just want to give a shout out to Hillary Gill and Larry for hosting. It was 2 days to have a lot of people on their campus in classrooms working with kids. So thank you. All right, last Thursday, we had 186 student musicians from EDS, Latimer, and MMS join with Prospect High School Band and Strings for the Prospect High School Invitation. It was a great night for the middle schoolers to perform alongside high school students. And so bravo to everybody who was involved in making this happen. Super Bowl. I won't say too much about the Super Bowl, except that my team won. But that's not the purpose of this photo. So we had students from Moreland that were able to go to a front row seat history last Monday at the Super Bowl opening night at the San Jose Convention Center downtown. They had an incredible opportunity to see players and coaches up close. I think some got autographs, and we are proud of the students for representing our district at this special event. And I'd like to give just a thank you to Manny Barbera for securing those free tickets for the Moreland students. On to MEF. So MEF just had their grants spring meeting, and they will be announcing 10 spring enrichment grants totaling $7,500 to Moreland school programs. We plan to put out a full press release once all of those has been announced. So thank you, MEF, and everybody that was part of that process. And then don't forget, MEF 5K, Saturday, March 28th. Each school will have a table and a mascot attending. We're encouraging them to join in the fun, show their school spirit. They can bring their spirit wear. And just a reminder to everyone out there, you can register for this event at mefhome.org and take advantage of the discounted early bird registration rate now through February 28th. And staff, there's a special code for you because the event is free. So I'm encouraging all staff to sign up, get that signed up so they know who's coming. There will be no signups the day of the race. So that's a change from the past. Okay, that concludes my remarks for this portion of the agenda.
Great. Board members.
I'll just mention that I was able to attend President's Council meeting, got a sneak peek at the budget roadshow. I felt like the early signs of it, I got to see it sneak peek wise. I'm just excited to see that how much interest, and it's important to see that the transparency that Dr. Codd was able to present to the President's Council. And certainly there was a lot of interest drawn in terms of questions, clarity, and really kind of setting expectations. What's been said in the news and sort of like what we've been kind of interpreting. And I think that was really important. So thank you for setting that up and then almost kind of seeing what the response was going to be from the other presidents. And I think we also talked about just sort of, I just have to give a lot of props out to the volunteer parents that are part of the Home and School Club, because you just can feel the interest and the excitement that they have about the district and building from the inside out. And, we did talk about like potential board positions that may be opening up, but then they were very interested and curious about the process. And so we were more than happy. I was more than happy to also provide a little bit of the process, but certainly keeping some eyes and ears out there. So certainly there are people in our district, parents and family members who are just as interested and invested in our district to make sure that we stay as special and growing as we are, right? So props out to them. I know they're trying to set off a second half of the school year with a lot of projects. I didn't get to stay for all of it to listen to all of their upcoming projects this year, but I can tell the excitement. It's just interesting to see how much each of them really had so many questions. And that's the type of people that we're always interested in, people who are very vested in the district. So I know they're out there.
It's a great meeting.
I'll just add, the MEF meeting was wonderful. One of my favorite conversations to be present for around the grants and all the creativity. And I too got a little sneak peek on the budget presentation. I think that's, you've done a really good job hitting all the highlights, the important points. And I'm sure you heard this at President's Council. I heard it at MEF. The immediate response is, gosh, I didn't know that. And then how can we help? And I so appreciate that, that point of view and willingness to give in any way they can to contributing to supporting the school and our students. And so I really appreciate the fact that y'all are doing that effort. It's really important to be super open and transparent. And there's, been on the board for a little while. Education and funding and how it all works is very different. And it's hard, I think, for a lot of folks to understand. And so it's really important that we're being transparent and sharing, but also educating so people can understand and make informed decisions and figure out how they can contribute to the whole process. And so I know that's a tremendous amount of work. And so thank you for doing that. And thank you to all of the parents who immediately respond with, what can I do to help? So that's amazing. And I'm excited about the 5K. And so looking forward to all of that. All right, on to reports. MCSEA. Not tonight, but you're here just to root us on. Okay, wonderful. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, discussion and action items. Amended designation of dates and times of meetings for the 25-26 school year.
Yes, so staff is bringing to you a recommendation that you approve the amended board meeting agenda. Item 6A and 6B, actually, one for this school year and one for next school year. We've added a February board date. So this Tuesday that we get back from the February break, we have added that meeting to both years. So we're asking for your approval on those changes.
Great. Any questions?
No.
Let's take it one at a time. Let's, do I have a motion to approve the amended designation of dates and times for meetings for the 25-26 school year?
I'll make a motion to amend designation of dates for the 25-26 school year.
And I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And item 6B, designation of dates and times for meetings of the 26-27 school year.
I'll make a motion.
All right, in a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, on to appointments of Measure M Bond Oversight Committee members.
So we went out and looking for new members of the oversight committee. So part of the bond is to have an oversight committee to make sure we're spending the money based on the language we put on the ballot. In the past, we had the previous, I believe it was Measure G was the bond. Is that right? I think so. One of those letters. We had combined it with the previous one, K, I think. So might have been the parcel tax, but anyways, they were combined. Parcel tax, which is going to be the next one on the item, is the same thing. A lot of the members were on both of them. And so the parcel tax ended last year. We have a new one, which is, we're looking for a new one. And so they kind of stepped down. So we needed to have some new appointees so we can run the committee. And so in a future meeting, we'll have one of them, kind of overview of where we're spending the money. So for this one, we're recommending that you appoint the members listed at the Measure M Bond.
And they know they're actually, they were not just appointed, they actually volunteered.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to make sure that they understand.
Hold on. Yes. They volunteered, we did some outreach to get some volunteers and yes, they actually applied.
It's a good group of people. That's impressive to have that crew.
And my question was there a minimum number that we were looking for?
There's no, we want, I mean, as many as possible. I'll take whoever wants to be part of it, because I think the more the merrier, right? I mean, everyone want to be transparent. We want to, show where we're spending the money. So I think we need at least 5, which we have, but we're always looking for more.
Okay. And are we always continuously looking for applicants, or is this kind of like one?
Yeah, always kind of reach out at times, to try to find, to add on to our list. Not to replace, yeah.
So how do we reach out? I'm curious about how we recruit, because we obviously have a whole bunch of really invested and engaged. What do we do? What do we do to get them?
So what we did, so it was new to me having to do this. So Clover had mentioned it at the President's Council, the MEF, the board meeting, and then we sent out information to all the school sites to send out in their newsletters. It was in the Moreland Insider. So trying to reach out as best we can. Always looking for other ways to reach out. So.
Great.
All right. Any other questions or comments? Do we have a motion to approve the Measure M Bond Oversight Committee members?
I make a motion to approve the appointment of Measure M Bond Oversight Committee members.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Okay. With a tremendous amount of gratitude, I should add. All right. Did you want to touch on Measure U?
I can touch on, yeah, similar thing with the partial tax. And so the previous partial tax ended last year, was the last year of the 8 years. And so now here's a new one. So when we give the report, we'll give a final report of, I forget the letter, the previous one, and then we'll move on to Measure U. And yes, there was 2 separate applications, so they do know they signed up.
The two. And they both meet separately. It's not
We
like,
have 2 separate meetings. We usually do it on the same day, but we do have 2 separate meetings. So it's not all combined, 2 different reports.
yeah. Thank you to everyone who applied and are part of the committee.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
We did
Work.
sell it as a high impact, low time commitment opportunity.
It is both of those things.
Yep.
So it's really wonderful.
It matters.
Yes, makes a very big
I really
difference.
do appreciate that these folks stepped up to do that.
All right. With that, do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve recommended appointees for Measure M Parcel Tax Oversight Committee.
And a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. On to tonight's consent. Any questions on tonight's consent? Well, I actually have 2 questions as it relates to the contracts consultants. And so the first question I had is with regard to the MOU with Elevate Math. I know that our ELOP and our efforts to support kiddos over the summer months has been an ongoing thing. Is this kind of how we've always done it in recent years? Is this the same type of program, or is it a little bit different?
So Elevate, we have used in the past.
Mhm.
We took a kind of a break after COVID for a couple of years.
Okay.
The purpose of Elevate Math is a bridge program. It's focused on our students who are a grade level below or 2, where they're behind in math. And so that our focus point is how do we ready our kids from 5th grade to 6th grade as they approach middle school, and then also between our middle school grades. So it's kind of a different approach than when we teach it
Okay.
ourselves. For us, it is a little bit more of a remedial, where this is actually a bridge trying to prepare them for that next grade and fill in some of the standards that they may need extra help in preparing for,
Mhm.
and also maybe helping them with some of the things that they've missed. So it isn't it is a curriculum in itself, but it really is meant to be a bridge between whatever our curriculum is.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha. And do you anticipate, because we are obviously in a process of identifying a new math curriculum, what this might look like in the following year?
So I think it's something that we will look at depending on the curriculum that we choose. Some of them offer specific kind of bridge types of
Oh, okay.
courses. And so that may be something that we go with. But Elevate is in this area a great option and very supportive. It's a little bit more of a rigorous situation for our teachers. They have to go to some extra training and so forth. So it's a little bit more involved, but I think the actual product and the support that the students receive is a higher level.
Great, thank you. All right, that's really helpful. Thank you. The other question I had as it relates to the contracts is the Stanford University Graduate School of Education. I want to hear a little bit about what that contract involves and, you know, what we're hopeful may come from it.
So the CSET, which is the Center to Support Excellence in Teaching, is in the Graduate School of Education at Stanford University. We've had a long-standing partnership with them. So this is to support our work over 2 school years, the school year next, and the rest of the school year next year. Phase 1, where they would work with us to facilitate a 25 to 30 member task force made up of our staff, families. They will perform student focus groups to get input into some guidelines and parameters and how our guiding principles around how we would use AI in the classroom. And so we want to lay that groundwork first to set that framework. And then we will be designing professional development, and they'll be leading the professional development for administrators and teachers around how to use AI in a K-12 classroom.
So it's 2 years, which I'm very excited at the idea to develop a committee and collect all that information. I wonder, the professional development, I think, will be dependent on what the committee comes forward with, right? So do
Yes.
you, is there the potential that maybe we'll need to revisit that contract or that piece of it, or is it just kind of all encompassing?
It's all encompassing.
Okay,
And so it would all be included. So
Okay.
the,
kind of no matter what that looks like?
well, because we only have so many opportunities to train our teachers at a
Gotcha.
district level, there's a set number of
Sure.
district collaboration time where we can pull people together.
Okay, right.
So the idea here, though, is that we would first start with a group of teacher leaders who would then help design the professional development and then also be leaders in their schools. And then we would deliver the sort of a train the trainer model. That's the most effective model that we have here in Warren.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have questions on tonight's? Okay. Hearing none, thank you both for that. Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve tonight's consent?
I'll make a motion to approve tonight's consent in aggregate.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Right. Future meeting dates. I know the 2nd February date was not on that list, but it is now.
That's a future meeting date.
That's a future meeting date. Anything else on future meeting dates?
I will not be there and present for the February 24th meeting. Unfortunately, I feel like this is gonna be the first board meeting I've ever missed, but I will be.
What's
on
more
my-
important?
on my honeymoon, so, or my honeymoon, so.
We're very
Thank you.
Congratulations in advance. All right, anything else on future meeting dates?
Sriram will be on Zoom
He'll
on
be on Zoom for
the 24th, and he'll lead the meeting from Zoom.
Oh,
So
okay, great.
that's my understanding. You could clarify.
Yeah.
Okay.
All good. All right, anything else?
We have 1 week off. Next week, there is no school. School is closed for February break. And I think everybody is ready for that time. I'm seeing teachers' face there.
Anything else under announcements, reminders, requests? All right, we're adjourned.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.